Alright guys, let's keep this doll movie trend going with Annabelle Comes Home, which was just released a couple days ago. And this is the third Annabelle film in the overall Conjuring franchise, which has... I'm trying to remember how many movies they even have in the franchise now. They have the two Conjurings, the three Annabelles, the Nun, La Llorona. So that would make seven. So yeah, seven movies. But this is getting to become a big franchise, and they really can churn these out pretty quickly because there's not much you have to do with these movies, and that's totally fine if you're into it. And with these films, I'm into the Conjuring films for the most part. The only one I really wasn't much on was The Nun, but this one I thought, for an Annabelle movie, I thought was actually really solid. I thought that it's not as good as Creation. Creation is still my favorite Annabelle titled movie. But I think the two Conjuring movies are better than Annabelle Creation, but I think Annabelle Creation is great. But this one, Annabelle Comes Home, is about the Warrens' daughter, basically, and her babysitter and the babysitter's friend, and the babysitter's friend opens up the room downstairs with the Warrens, all of their haunted stuff, and of course Annabelle comes out of the glass door, and then all these new demons are causing havoc in the house. And I thought that this really was pretty well done. This isn't a genre that I love, a subgenre I love of horror, like this, like haunting movies like this. But the thing I've noticed with the Conjuring movies is that for the most part they really are better made, you could say, or not, I don't know about better made, more entertaining, I guess, than a lot of the haunting movies I watched that are modern. Because this franchise for me sticks out, even with the ones that aren't that great, like the first Annabelle movie or The Nun. They still are, like, they still have things about them that I like, and I do like this franchise overall. And this one is no exception in just being like the other ones, where it does do a good job of having creepy stuff and creepy designs of these demons, and I think that it works really well. And like they said in the other movies, Annabelle isn't possessed, she's a conduit for demons to come and to the doll and be unleashed. So I think that is a cool idea, and they utilize that actually very well here, because they have all these new demons that, like, because the babysitter's friend touches all of these artifacts, Annabelle uses all of those creatures. So like there's one with coins on its face, where like they said, like in the folklore of that thing, it's like they put dimes or coins on the face of a person who that guy will take the soul of. So it's interesting how they have different ideas like that. They also even have a werewolf, which is very interesting. I didn't expect a werewolf in this movie. That was something that caught me off guard. So I did enjoy that. I enjoyed the demons, the looks of the demons. I enjoyed the idea again of Annabelle being that conduit that releases all of them. The acting's good. I really like all these people. Like, I think that the main girl, who's the daughter of the Warrens, is actually really good. I think that all three of the actors are really good. The three kids are good actors, and that one blonde girl was in Goosebumps 2 last year, and she's a good actress, and I liked her in this as well. And I liked how she's in another type of horror movie that's not a kids horror movie. This is a horror movie, but I like seeing her again, whatever her name is. So I thought that was really great. And I also love the fact that this movie, again, this harkens back to why I think the Conjuring films stand out from other haunting movies that come out or have come out recently, because the use of jump scares in this movie are actually really well done. There were moments where whenever a jump scare happened, they were executed very well. It wasn't like just a loud boom noise. It was something that's in the background, like, and you just hear a noise. Like, for example, you've seen this in the trailer where Annabelle is in the case and her head hits the glass. There's a scene where, like, whenever the babysitter's friend goes down into that room and she starts to walk away, and then you just hear the thunk noise. And it's not like, it doesn't make a loud, like, boom noise. It's just like a thunk. And, like, that made it scary because it made a more realistic jump scare, as opposed to, like, just a lot of big noise on purpose. in the scene, and it didn't do that with most of these jump scares. That like they were really not as obligatory as I expected. They were jump scares, but they were really pretty much done very well, and I really respect that for this type of movie because it's hard to make jump scares work, and this one I think did have some that worked pretty well actually. Just like Annabelle Creation, they did the same thing. But this one overall, I did enjoy. I guess I can give one kind of. It's not really a negative, but it's like a weird thing where it's like you've got the Warrens in this movie. Ed and Lorraine Warren, Vera Farmiga, and Patrick Wilson. You've seen them in the trailers. They're in the trailers a lot. They're barely in the movie, like at all. Like they're really not in the movie much, and I was expecting that honestly. I didn't think that this movie, because it's not called The Conjuring, it's not going to be about them solving a case or possession. It's about the daughter and the babysitter and the babysitter's friend, and that's fine. I really do like those characters, but it's just weird that they of course marketed them in their movie because of course Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson are great in these movies, but they're really not in the movie much. But honestly, though, it does make sense because they're as Ed and Lorraine Warren's daughter, so they have to have them in some capacity in the movie. And I thought that they were good, and I liked them. I wish they were in it more, but like honestly, you don't have to have them though. To be fair, like you have the daughter and the friends, like that's totally fine. It's just a weird marketing thing that I was like, oh, I thought we'd have more of them in there, but we didn't. But I kind of expected that too, so I don't know why I'm really complaining. I guess. Not really complaining, but I just didn't think it was. I thought it was kind of a weird thing that they did with the marketing with them. But overall, really, this one, it's not as good as Creation, but Annabelle Comes Home, I think, is a solid horror movie that has solid jump scares that are actually really effective. The acting's good, the characters are good. I like the creatures. I like the thrills. I thought this actually worked as a good suspense movie, even though, like other horror genres, it's subgenres. It's the same type of movie over and over again with these types of movies. But this one, I think, still managed to stay fresh, and the Conjuring franchise does a great job of that for the most part. So overall, I did like Annabelle Comes Home. I thought that this was a solid sequel, and it actually worked pretty well. Not really many negatives. I think that this is a really solid outing. So that's my thoughts on Annabelle Comes Home. Tell me down below what you guys think of this movie. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? I want to hear your thoughts down below. And if you like this, check out my links to like Patreon, Twitter, Letterboxd, my Horror Enthusiast 101 Facebook page group. And they're all down below in the description. So thank you guys so much for watching.